roof with the Studebaker, and I've got some rubber mats that would make pretty good insulation if I had a way to hold it up. And I got to looking at the way the Studebaker is made. If I had a 51-inch piece of wood or metal of some kind, I could make ribs in the top of that, and I could put some of that stuff in the ceiling. So these are panels that used to have a breaker box and a meter and all kind of stuff in it, and they're more than 51 inches. So if I washed them up and cut them in strips, I could use the strips for what I need up in the roof of that Studebaker. So I'm going to start off by pressure washing these things, because they've been sitting out in the weather for quite a while and they're a mess. So here I am, I've cut a little cross piece, and that's 51 inches there, but this top is narrower as it goes toward the front, and if you kind of look at the shape of the car, you realize it would be, and it's probably wider as it goes back, so each one will need to be cut to a precise size. And this one has a little place here that may have had a light or something in it at one point, and there's a little tiny hole. You could literally stick a piece of wire through that and drill a piece of wire through this and pull this up and anchor it. Or you could also, there's enough room above this, if you're careful, you could put a screw in that and hold it up. Now, what might make it better is to take this handle off. I don't know if you can take the handle off without turning the whole top loose or not, but that's certainly worth looking at. But with this across here, see, I could put one of those rubber mats up here and kind of hang it up over that. I'm going to have to think about each one as I go. The car has other metal ribs, but there's not a lot of space behind them. You might could very carefully make enough of a hole to put a screw into that, and you might also drill a hole in your roof by trying to do that. So you have to think about what you're doing here pretty well, but it's a place to start. Yeah, place to start. And I may pull this thing down and just look at this handle and see if it's possible to remove that handle. Okay, I'm going to show you this. This is the piece I just cut, and I took that handle off. Now there's still a handle under there that locks that top down, but that one had a bunch of plastic on top of it that took up a lot of space. So with that gone, this goes up in here a little tighter, and this rod sticks in there and here. Now if I had a narrower rod, which I may be in the process of cutting right now, I could put one here, which would bring that right in front of that, which would put it literally right under this piece up here that has the place where you could put a bolt right in there. And you could also take and fill some more of this type of material over to each edge. And I've got a lot of little pieces of this stuff around here that I could use. Now I want to paint this before I put it up there because it's rusty and stuff. So I'm going to take the whole thing up there. I'm going to paint it while I'm cutting the next piece. And the next piece I cut is going to be the same length, but it's going to be small enough to fit in like that hole on the end so that I could possibly put it ahead of this one and then fill in both sides and then go up in here like I was talking about and putting a screw hole. Another thing about this is it's easy to get down because if you just bend it this way, you get that right out pretty easily. And the other thing is that this piece of this board here, I can just slide it out by moving it back because the car gets wider as it goes back. And now you can see how much smaller this handle is, and it still locks this top down. And what I might do, I've never had a problem with this leaking, but I might put a little instant gasket all the way around the lip of that and then lock it down, and probably do the same thing out here on my front vent, put some instant gasket around the edge of that and lock it down, because with the air conditioner I shouldn't need that, and to be honest with you, it never did work that good anyway. So that's where I'm at with this so far.
Shake it up, baby, shake it up, baby. Twist and shout, twist and shout. Oh, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on and work it on out, come on and work it all out.
Was insulation, and I used whatever I could find. I wanted to have it insulated for tomorrow. I'm going to drive the car down to Athens, and I can't really determine how good the air conditioner is until I stop the heat from coming through the ceiling. So this is not a finished product, but hopefully it will be one that will allow me to drive the car and see how it is. Now these are made up of little rubber floor mats and some various roll like yoga mats and various things. I made these little cross member pieces, a piece of that stuff that fell out across in here. Got everything tucked up in there pretty good. And tomorrow the show starts in the afternoon, so I get up early in the morning and wash the car and wipe it down, and it's ready to go. Other than that, so I'll do that in the morning, and then we'll go down to the show with Don and Roger and Junior, and we'll just have some big time. Tonight we're going to town because there's a concert. The guy named Clay Page He's a local singer that everybody likes, and we're going to go hear him. Probably a lot of people on the square. Our little town has a square celebration. I don't know if that's what you call it, but it's on the town square, and people get together and dance and stuff like that. And we're going to be doing that tonight, so I'm going to knock off, go get a shower, get cleaned up, and get ready to go. And we'll come back to this tomorrow and we'll take it from there. Okay? Okay.